morning. Welcome to day 121. You hungry, Jack? Okay, we've been going really slow lately, so we're going to try to speed it up for a little while. There's an 86-mile route if I were to take the most efficient way from here to the boat that takes us to Germany. So I'm going to try and get there in 6 days or less, which is still slow compared to me in the past, but is a heck of a lot faster than I've been going lately. Jack really wants to play Frisbee, as always. I'll give him one throw. If you pee here, Jack, all of this will be yours. We got a slide covering that whole hill at the kids' park. There's this staircase leading up to the roadside or the train tracks, I'm not sure what, but obviously you're not allowed to enter it. There's a fence, there's a gate. It would be impossible to get around and to get to the staircase, because the gate and the fence are in the way. So that's the purpose of security, kids, is to make it so you can't get past things. Because sometimes on the other side of the gate or the fence, it's really dangerous. So that's why they build fences and gates, so that you can not access places that they don't want you to access. Did I hit that punchline too hard? I've come up with 2 new arbitrary rules for myself that I think will just make it more experience. A more fun experience. 1, I don't want to get water just at like public spigots anymore. I'm going to try to ask people every time I feel like I'm low on water, just because I think people are the most fun part of this trip, and I'm going to try to maximize the number of excuses to just have a conversation and get to know them a little bit. And 2 is purely practical, because I've still got some chub that I thought was just going to melt off when I started walking. So no more fast food for me. Which I think means I'm going to be eating a lot of apples and bread. Like right now I'm hungry, so that Burger King is actually looking pretty appealing, but no, not for me. Bread time, baby. It's my staple. You getting some pets? Huh? Hi. Hi. Oh, that's good. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Hi. Thai food is not fast food. Stuff is good. They deserve more people in here. And Jack's right there, so I can see him outside the window. I think I'm in a little community called Soul Road. The thing I like about communities like this is that this is not a place where American tourists come, or even German tourists, or anybody really. So all you do is you see the local Danish people living and how they've created a town and what it looks like for them. Oh, look at that beautiful setting. Look how soft that grass looks. Doesn't it look like you could just toss yourself in it? Oh, good boy. We're in another small Danish town, just kind of out in the countryside. It's been surrounded by farms for quite a few miles now. And then there's just a small pocket of shops and houses and hospital and a school, but a very small town. These are the things I hope I remember in 20 years. Just walking across the Danish countryside in a small little village on a sunny day in July with my dog. Look at that little Danish utopia. Plan tonight is another shelter that we found. It's actually why we're sort of this far inland. I think it would have been a little faster to stay closer to the coast. But there was a real dearth of either campsites or shelters. I'm really trying to avoid getting arrested on international soil and deported. I don't think the odds of that are very high, but it's just easier to sleep when you know you're allowed to be there. And it kind of gives you a goal where to get that night, which is completely opposite of what I used to say in Sweden when I said I didn't want to have a goal. So don't ask me what I even want about my own life, because I don't know. The Danish must be real big fans of using the landscape to plan their slides very specifically, because that's the second one I've seen today. They just built the slide into the hill. Look at this soccer field. It is lined with boulders, which seems a little dangerous, but also just really cool. Pretty roads. Pretty roads. I'm not sure if it does justice. It never does. But being here affects how you feel far more than a video does. At least taking a video with my skill level. Ever wondered what Denmark looks like? Well, that's it. At least a small part of it. Goodbye, AB. Hello, sunset. Sunset. Cool skies, though. Check that out. Even cooler dog. Check that out. We're about to get hit by a car. There he goes. He did not hit us. Check that out. Grass. Check that out. Wow. Nice. One tree right in the middle of the field. Into the woods we go. Timing it pretty well, actually. We're quite close, within less than a quarter mile of what is supposed to be the spot, and it's 9:37, so pretty good timing, actually. Now I just have to figure out which trail would be optimal. I think we're nearly there. We're right kind of on like a bog, so I think it might be sort of a buggy place. Large numbers of insects, which is a redundant statement that I didn't need to add. Rattle, rattle, rattle. And here we are. 2 shelters, maybe even an outhouse. I'm pretty glad that this place exists because there's a real dearth of public sleeping spots here in the center part of this island that I'm on right now. We did 20.54 miles today, which is pretty good. This place is pretty nice. Picnic table. Fire ring with maybe wooden benches around it. Water spigot and trash can right there. That's an unusually large number of amenities for one of these free places. I'm nervous to open the bathroom because even in these beautiful Nordic nations, the bathrooms tend to be kind of scary. This one doesn't look bad, but it doesn't smell great. So I think I'll probably not try to avail of its helpfulness. And then, as I mentioned, there's 2 shelters. They're the typical low-slung variety that are common lately. This one looks a little cleaner, maybe even a little higher altitude, so you can stand up a little easier. So I think this is the one we're gonna call home for tonight. Do you think that's a good idea? Not that one, but the other one? Or just sniff? Cool. Good night. From me and this little curled up ball that I've named Jack. Right, Jack? Good night. Hi, morning. All packed up, ready to go. It's already 11. It's really annoying. I really struggle to get moving in the morning. It's one of my least favorite qualities about myself. There is a shelter in 15 miles, and it's not like I'm addicted to these shelters or anything. It's just, like I said, finding somewhere to sleep in America was really tough. I didn't like it. That was my least favorite part of the walk. So just having that problem taken care of just makes things a little bit easier. Other than that, that's our plan for today. I passed this last night too. I don't know what it is. Maybe a school? It's strangely large though for being so kind of far out here. Hi Jack, you gonna be good while I shop? Once again, all I've bought at a store is bread of different varieties and apples. It's all 8 anymore, which seems weird. It's like a weird place to be in my head. This looks exactly like a cinnamon roll, if a cinnamon roll were made of pizza. I have a content warning here. I'm about to show a dead animal. It's a deer that got hit, but there's something interesting about it that I'll explain when I'm showing it. If you don't like it, skip it. 20 seconds should be enough. This poor guy got hit mid-chew. Jack is pretty nervous about it. I'm gonna try to keep this little just talk under 30 seconds. I'm having a hard time creating anything really lately. I'm not sure why. I just don't feel like anything's happening. Or more like I'm just not feeling anything. I walk and it's fine. It works. Feels nice, it's pleasant, but creating things like art, photos, writing, videos, you usually want to have something to say. And I feel like I have something to say. I'm already over 30 seconds, sorry. I feel like I have something to say when I'm feeling something, and so the absence of feeling anything, just everything's going okay, makes it really hard to create anything. So I'm having this weird struggle to share this experience because it's just pleasant. I'm not exactly sure how to change that yet. The last thought I had on that is that I don't want to resort to faking it, which I think I see pretty commonly in content creators who push a lot of stuff out at a high rate of frequency. There's a massive amount of exaggeration of what you're feeling, like, oh, best night of my life. I hear the same YouTubers say that same expression over and over and over and over again. Every time they have a video, they just have to have strong emotions. Like, talk about how great a time they're having, even if they've been doing it for 5 years now and they've constantly been having the best day of their life. So they say. I don't think that's reality. I'm a fairly happy fella. I'm having a good time. I enjoy what I do. But it's pretty like I'm just walking down a road. It's not insane. So you can't just constantly be having. Or maybe they are. Maybe they're just doing it better. Okay, this is not showing it right now. But I noticed that not only does it go from yellow as it comes after green, it also goes to yellow after red before green to let you know that green's about to happen. So I haven't noticed that before. Maybe it's been true everywhere in Europe, but I just haven't seen it. Look how fluffy that grass looks. It looks so fluffy. I just want to roll in it. But I think it's a crop, so that'd be rude. The last people that rolled in it clearly were unrepentant. Alright, we're walking down some country lanes for a while. I'm gonna let you use your imagination on how you think this little town is pronounced. Leaving that little community that shall not be named. And Google suggested we go this way, but this path looks like it goes slightly longer, but it makes it so we don't have to walk on the roadside. Which will be nice for Jack so he can get off the lead. It'll be nice for me so I don't feel like I'm about to die. Like, not even in a fun way. Feeling like you're about to die can be kind of fun. If you're like skydiving or something. If you're just like about to get hit by a car, nah. A bit of unforecasted rain today. But that doesn't mean that the rest of the week can't have forecasts of rain. It's so cold. It's July. You ready to go? Seems like the rain might have stopped. That pole is reflecting. I just ate a whole pint of ice cream. I think this might be the fastest eating dog in the entire world, which is an exaggeration, but he always finishes his meals in about a minute. He's always got to be part of the action. Look at that. Look at him sitting on my stuff. He don't care. He don't care none. It's not often that he's this cuddly. It's usually when I'm trying to work on my computer that he wants to be touching my hands, but I'm loath to tell him that I need to work because it's so cute. Broke out the jacket again. That's how cold it is. Oh, it's 8 p.m. Still got a couple miles left. I've been trying to edit a video. Not that anyone cares, but this is just part of my life. My laptop's internal storage is full, and I have all these external hard drives, and it won't let me move things over in big batches because some of them apparently uploaded to the iCloud drive, and when I'm not connected to the internet, then they won't let me move it. I have to move like one file at a time, or like 5, maybe, but anyway, it's just been really frustrating. And I'm all doing it on very limited battery resources, and in the cold, and lots of complaining. Apparently there's a leak at my house, and I'm trying to get figured out. I don't think it's a big deal, but one of my tenants wants it looked at. So I'm trying to figure that out remotely, so without spending too much money. Look at this pretty style of house. I like these roofs. Next beating. Not that you need to see that. Alright, we still got quite a few miles left before we're making it to what is supposed to be a free shelter. So let's get a hoof on and I'll try to call somebody about my leaking house. Look at this Danish countryside road. That is undeniably pretty. Anybody know why these sheeps I speak English. Sheep have been spray painted. They all have multicolored pink and blue and orange and blue. I don't know that I've ever seen that before, but I'm sure it does something with the farming world, helping them differentiate something. But if you know what it means, oh, I want to buy that building. See these trees, the pond, just see how big they are and how uniform they are. I turned the corner, I was like, whoa, where's the rich house? And then I turned around and I was like, there's the rich house. Seeing if I can export a video while I'm walking. I love these kind of moments. Ones where your situation is just kind of weird. Walking down the Danish backcountry road, cold at night with my dog, deleting files off my computer and restarting it so that the memory updates that it's got more space. Figured out the problem, or at least I figured out a solution, because I can't get the memory to clear on my hard drive. I've got a 4 terabyte external hard drive right there, and I can have Premiere send the exported video file directly to that. So hopefully that'll work. This is way too much information about something that doesn't really matter. But at least in the background of me talking about this, you're getting a view of the Danish countryside. And that might almost be worth it, especially since this road is quite nice. Spies from Isengard. It's Lord of the Rings quote for you. That's a hedgehog. That little guy right there. In case you're wondering, that's what the color of the straw is when it's brand new. Look how good that looks. I think we've made it to our spot for tonight. It's right on the edge of this ball field. It's right there behind that line of trees. We got company. Jack, stay here. I see a bike. 1, 2, 3. Luckily, there's also 3 people. That person is apparently sleeping on the ground. We still have space for us, though. We'll take that one. Oh, wow. Roofline is actually quite a bit taller than the ones I've been seeing lately. So, I think that'll be it for tonight. See you in the morning, Captain. You ready to go to bed? You ready?